Hey there, guys. All right, I'm going to do one quick thing to make sure that I've got this all going correct. As you see, it is me and Sarah tonight, and Rita is down doing research and celebrating Mickey's 90th birthday. I hope I look that good at 90. I mean,
Yeah, really.
I don't see a single wrinkle on Mickey or anything.
No, he's got the energy of a teenager still.
He does.
I'm a little bit jealous of that for sure. I'm looking forward to that at 90 if he can pass that secret along.
All right. So I see this on Facebook. That's the important thing. I believe I've clicked all the buttons properly. So my master wizard of technology is not here with me. So yeah, Mickey's 90 now. And I know I've seen quite a few things from the celebration stuff down there. Sarah, what all, have you seen stuff down there, like pictures and all that good jazz, or?
I've seen they had commemorative buttons going out today that looked super cute. People were grabbing in the parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I watched the TV special for his 90th.
I didn't see that today.
No, it wasn't today. It was last week. They had on TV.
Yeah.
A bunch of celebrities and song and dance and all kind of the good stuff.
Oh. See, that's what I want to be down there for. Is when they're airing that back in like June. So someone.
I don't know where they filmed it somewhere else. That wasn't in the parks. The special that was on TV was filmed somewhere else on a stage, and they had quite extensive like sets, and they had people hanging from the ceiling, coming down, and all kind of stuff. Right. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I know. Someone down at the parks recently was talking about how they were filming, I guess, a commercial maybe or something like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, such and such celebrity was down there." I'm like, "That'd be kind of cool." I'm like, at the same time, if it interfered with my time with Disney, it might not be as cool. So
they were filming the Christmas special that they air Christmas Day.
Okay.
Earlier this month, they were filming it.
That might have been what I was hearing about.
Yeah, the shows and the stage performances, they were filming those during those days at some of the different parks. So gotta wait till Christmas Day to see the final. Do you guys watch the Christmas Day show?
We do. Whenever we're not traveling, we do. And so most of the time we arrange that we don't have to travel. So that's how we are with it.
Yeah, that's a tradition for us. I've watched the parade at Disney on Christmas Day almost as long as I can remember. Wow. I believe they started at 1983, so that would have been, right around the time I started remembering things.
Sure.
And, so I remember every year watching the marching toy soldiers, marching the prancing reindeers, and then, the big man with the bag at the end, and then Christmas morning is complete after I've seen that, so.
Nope, wrong messages. I've got to turn that thing off. Like I told you earlier, I was going to be getting messages tonight that I didn't mean to start up.
That's okay. Just make sure, if Rita tries to get a hold of us. So
exactly. That's what I also thought about it. I've got the comments over here. I see that she has wished Mickey a happy birthday already. And that's a really cool thing. Anytime you can be down at the park for one of the celebrations, whether that's Mickey's 90th, I know the 50th anniversary coming up in 2021, whenever all the new stuff will be ready for.
Yes. Hollywood Studios has an anniversary coming up soon.
Hollywood Studios is
25? Hold on, I got it in my notes. Hold, please. I got it in my notes right here.
I thought they were 30 now.
Are they 30? I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Animal Kingdom is celebrating the 25th anniversary of The Lion King.
Okay.
Coming up next year. So if you want to feel old, The Lion King's turning 25. That's This, probably one of my favorite movies. Rita would disagree with me, I'm sure. But I love The Lion King. But I enjoyed the music. I think that might have been one of the first ones that I remember watching that the music just stuck with me. Yeah. I agree. They really took it up a notch when they did the soundtrack for The Lion King, sure.
I remember actually having that soundtrack on disc, and just jamming along with it. So it was a good time for me. So,
well, you guys will have to make sure you take a trip down there next year because they're going to do some celebration stuff for
for the 25th anniversary. Should we talk about next year? Do you want to talk about next year?
Yeah, there's enough things to travel down for next year, and convincing our family to go down to Disney is not hard.
Not so hard?
Not hard. In fact, Rita was just talking to me saying, hey, we need to go ahead and book our hotel stay for Thanksgiving of next year.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so we'll be down for that one. I know that she's going to be there at Mom's Day in the park in...
Yep.
Is that the last weekend of February or the last weekend of March?
Last weekend of February, first weekend of March. The 28th is the first day, and then we run into the 1st and 2nd, and then Sunday the 3rd, everybody checks out and goes home.
That's it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was right around all that. That's something that the two of you all and all the other agents in the agency have been doing a great job at.
Thank you.
You know, so... and that's one thing that I'm missing right now.
You're missing Mom's Day?
No, I'm missing. I don't have a logo up for a Middle of the Magic right now. All the cool stuff that Rita always puts up.
Henry's gonna get in trouble.
I'm sure I will. She's probably watching it right now, going, "God, I'm never going out of town again." You know.
Rita, it's okay. We got it.
I was trying to see.
I know. I was looking for something that says there's Middle of the Magic on your.
Middle of the Magic right here.
Exactly. On your fish extender there.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
Here we go. All right, I got my Middle of the Magic now on.
There you go.
We're representing Middle of the Magic.
Middle of the Magic travel.
In lanyards today. Because they send us tons of lanyards. So to do all of the things that we're supposed to do at the very beginning that I already forgot about is that for those of y'all who are catching on and have never for some reason watched Disney Nerds Live, which would be odd. We are sponsored by Middle of the Magic Travel. We are all agents of the agency and do a great job. I know the thing that led Rita and I to join the group was it's a small agency where we really turn around and want to take care of people. You're not a number when you go to Middle of the Magic Travel, and we're going to take care of you. Whether that's your individual trip or doing cool stuff like what Sarah's turned around been planning out with us, coordinating and whatnot is the Mom's Day in the park. There's always things. I know that a couple years ago there was a cruise that the agency took, or there
was a girls' cruise.
Yeah,
they did a girls' cruise, and it doesn't have to be one of our special events. If you have a group that's going, if you have a church group or a dance group or a cheer group, or you want to put your own special event together, we can help you do that too and set you up with all the accommodations and all the extra special goodies. Take care of all that for you.
That's right.
Or if you want to get together for absolutely no reason and just make up your own special day just to go, I'm down with that.
Hey, making up your own special day is what Hallmark is all about. So
that's true. So take a cue from Hallmark, create your own special day, and then contact somebody from Middle of the Magic Travel, and we'll set you up with your own special celebration down there.
That's absolutely right. So, and the other thing that I would be remiss for not saying is, please go ahead and follow Disney Nerds Live. We come out every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There are 3 little dots up in the top corner. Click on them and say follow, give them notifications. I want to know when these crazy people are online.
We always got the news of the week at the beginning of your show. Yeah, always the Disney news. Of the week.
And this week it is like we need a 5-hour show, and we won't do a 5-hour show. We'll not torture people with that much time, but we will turn around and do our good 45 to an hour show of this, because Destination D was this weekend down in Orlando, and there is tons of information to come out from it. So much that we may hit some on highlights. You need to check some of our blogs out, whether you check out Sarah's blog or Disney Nerds blog or just the straight Middle of the Magic travel blog. There is tons of information. So, Sarah, what are you excited about out of...
Okay, hands down, without question, the thing I'm most excited about hearing about this week is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They released some more details. They released some videos. There's all kind of cool stuff. So, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know, both Walt Disney World and Disneyland are getting 14-acre expansions, and they are creating entire new lands for Star Wars. So it's going to be called Galaxy's Edge at both locations. Both locations are going to have 2 new rides. new places to eat, new characters, and then the Walt Disney World location is eventually getting a Star Wars themed immersive hotel.
That's really cool.
That's going to be incredible. However, that is not going to be opening at the same time that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is actually opening. That will come at a later date. But
they haven't given us a hard date on that yet, have they?
We're always, details. Any little details we can get, I want to know. Okay, so they released the names of the rides.
Yep.
The Millennium Falcon ride is going to be called Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. And it is going to feature an actual replica of the cockpit from Millennium Falcon. You can sit in it, and it is going to be responsive. So this is the part that I'm most excited about. Okay, so they made some new technology for the ride, which, Disney often does, but you know who they partnered with? Industrial Light and Magic.
Oh, nice.
So they're the ones, there's over 200 different possible responses depending on what the crew in the cockpit does. So it's not like where you get on Star Tours and the same 3 or 4 or 5 things happen. Every time you get on, it's going to be different, really different, because it's going to respond to what everyone does.
That's going to be very impressive, because just think of all the possibilities. Like, every time you ride is
going to be different.
Be totally different. There's no, like the mathematics say that there's still a ton of different possibilities on Star Tours, but this one, if there's 200 different responses, and if on response 1 you choose A, response B 2 you do C, it's totally different every single time, so.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. It's going to be so good.
I'm excited about it. They announced this way back with this stuff. It's off the Millennium Falcon. Will be, if you fly it well, you may get some extra discounts in the cantina. But if you fly it poorly, there may be a bounty on your head. So think of that. You could be out walking around Galaxy's Edge and a bounty hunter come up and collect the bounty on your head.
I would be so into that. I might have to crash intentionally just to find out who's going to be there.
I have an add-on member.
I have
an add-on member to our group.
Hi!
Say hi to everyone. Say hi to Miss Sarah.
Hi, Miss Sarah.
Hi, babe.
So you scratch yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see the scratch. Where's it at?
It's like that.
Right there? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
I need a Band-Aid.
I know. You will need a Band-Aid.
Of course.
After my show's over, I'll get you a Band-Aid. Go crawl back in bed.
She's definitely a goner. That's a life-threatening one right there.
Oh, I know. But the thing is that, so we all have our magic bands on, which are RFID chips inside of it. So the bounty hunters have a head start on us. They already know who we are and can track us down. So
I love it. I can't wait.
I think it's going to be a blast.
I'm so okay with that. Okay, and then the other ride, which is going to be the less intense ride, I think you could say. The more family-friendly ride.
Sure.
They're calling it Star Wars Rise of the Resistance.
Yep.
So guests are going to board an Imperial Star Destroyer where roughly 50 audio animatronic stormtroopers are going to be waiting. 50. I'm pretty excited.
It's impressive to see them that many together.
That's going to be, the Star Wars version of the Hall of Presidents, basically. Yeah. Except it would be,
Except they're all going to be pointing blasters at you.
Well, that too, and then Kylo Ren is going to be there. He's going to be your.
He's going to make an appearance.
He's going to make an appearance. So all it says is you're going to join in the battle. It doesn't have any more details so far on that ride. So we'll have to wait as more information comes out.
This definitely seems to be the lesser of the two they've been hyping up. But obviously, when you say Millennium Falcon, there's a gazillion people out there that are nerding out over the opportunity to fly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blast.
Hello. Of course.
The thing that I was actually the most excited about had nothing to do with the park.
Okay.
The Riviera Resort, which is over at the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
It opens up in fall of 19.
Yes.
It's a European feel based off of Walt's memories of whenever he traveled over to Europe while filming, while making Snow White. But the rooftop restaurant there will have views of both Hollywood Studio and Epcot's fireworks show.
Which is going to be super cool.
That's going to be a hard restaurant to get reservations for the first bit. Because, it doesn't really matter to me how much it is. I'll be up there for it. Like, I want to go upstairs. I will eat up there so that I can go watch the fireworks the next time I'm there.
Definitely.
That was the one that I was by far the most excited about.
So that's coming. That's adjacent to Caribbean Beach.
Yep.
That's right around the same area. Do you know what else is coming soon to Caribbean Beach and a couple other resorts?
Our little buckets in the sky.
That's right, the Skyliner, which is not exactly the same as the Sky Ride of my childhood with the floating gondolas. I very distinctly remember riding the Sky Ride at Walt Disney World as a very small child. And then it went away. This is not the same thing.
No. This is enclosed at least all the way around you.
Yes, this is enclosed. This is closer to like a ski gondola where you would get inside. And it's going to connect Caribbean Beach as well as Pop Century and Art of Animation.
Yep.
And it will take you to Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Correct.
Including a never-before-seen view of World Showcase as you're coming down for the land over in Epcot. Yeah, a new view from over there.
I know whenever we were down there back at the beginning of October, Hollywood Studios entrance area was all sorts of a mess right now with the Skyliners, and they're redoing the bus area, giving them all new bus turnstiles.
The main entrance that you drive in has been rerouted as well.
Yeah, so Hollywood Studios right now is getting a major uplift, but it is going to be outstanding once it's done.
Well, they have a whole bunch of stuff coming next year. Okay, so let's scoot ahead to Hollywood Studios if we can. Okay, so their ride, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, is supposed to be opening next year. Let's see.
That fall of next year.
I don't have an exact date on that one, but it's going to be the first ride-through attraction that features Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Believe it or not. I was surprised when I learned that.
I was surprised when I heard that announcement also. Really? We've never
but it's true. He doesn't have his own ride until now. And this one has some new technology coming too, where they're working on taking a two-dimensional cartoon drawing and turning it 3D, and then you actually go into the drawing.
Yeah,
and it's
they call it what, 2.5D? I think it's
2.5D is what they're calling it, but I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure. All I know is it's all proprietary technology, and it's new stuff that they're making for this ride, and it's going to be cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Although it's taking the same space that the Great Movie Ride was formerly inside the Chinese theater. So a little nostalgic there.
Yeah.
I was a big Great Movie Ride fan, so.
The thing that and so I tell any client that's going to go on a trip, I'm like, listen, you can't ride everything. You'll always go back. You'll ride it again. The last time that we were at Disney and Great Movie Ride was still open, we're like, we'll ride it next time. And then we were out in Disneyland at D23, and they announced that it was going away in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I know.
Don't get to go this time.
So you just have to plan a long enough trip to hit up all your favorites. How about that? Because there's a lot that's going to be going under renovation in the next couple of years, especially over at Epcot. They're going to do a bunch of renovations. We've got a bunch of new stuff that's coming to Hollywood Studios. And continue Hollywood Studios news. I got more.
Yeah, go for it.
They're bringing a new nighttime show that they're calling The Wonderful World of Animation. It's going to debut May 1st of 2019 as part of the 30th anniversary of Hollywood Studios. There you go. Hollywood Studios is turning 30.
That's what I thought I read.
In 2019, so they have a bunch of new stuff coming next year. So this is going to be on the front of the Chinese theater.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I almost felt like they were going to do something, the way I first read it was they were going to do something inside the Chinese theater. And I thought, well, that'd be weird because they're doing the remodel inside there. So
yeah, it says nighttime experience. So I'm thinking projections, fireworks, lasers.
Do you think they're actually replacing Star Wars, the Star Wars show they're doing?
I do believe they might be replacing it at least temporarily.
Yeah, just for the celebration.
Yeah. Well, if this debuts May 1st, Now, we don't know exactly when Galaxy's Edge is supposed to open. We have heard fall or late fall 2019, and that's all we know. So if your Star Wars show goes away, it would only be maximum 6 months before you got a whole bunch of new Star Wars experiences.
Oh, yeah.
So they probably are thinking that's a fair trade-off, and I would agree. I'd rather see the land than the show. The show is very cool. If you haven't seen it yet, you should. Especially since it's going away.
I'll compare it off the number. Million blood? No, man. Go right down.
But she needs a Band-Aid. Don't you understand?
No, I need to ask you to turn the TV off so she can go to sleep now.
Uh-huh.
Go put your eye patch on. It's on your bed. So this is one of the other downsides of not having Rita with me right now.
Oh,
is like a lot of times whenever you see that I'm here and also I'm like, I have to step away for a minute. That would have been me stepping away to go take care of everything for Amelia right now and then coming back. So, well, I tell you.
That's okay. Anyone with a family knows exactly what you're talking about.
Most definitely. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. We've got a bunch of Pixar characters coming to Hollywood Studios as well. Did you hear about this? Yeah, okay, so the Incredibles are coming to Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Pixar Place is going to transform into a Municiberg city block. Municiberg. I hope I'm saying that right. It's where the Incredibles live.
Yes.
And then there's going to be a block party down at the end of the block for the Incredibles. Mr. and Mrs. Incredible will be there. Frozone will be there. So it sounds like they're sort of moving some of the Pixar stuff over.
Okay, good.
And Edna Mode is going to be there. No capes.
No capes.
And, there's going to be also, let's see, Mike and Sully are going to start doing a meet and greet over there next year. Lightning McQueen is going to come back with, Cruz Ramirez.
Nice.
So, they've got a bunch of stuff going on next year, not just a new show.
So, I remember seeing Lightning McQueen before they did the remodel in the back area back over there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then seeing over in Cars Land in California Adventure, where I can't remember the character's name, the girl that helps him on the last movie actually train, like she was
Cruz. That's Cruz Ramirez. Yeah, the yellow car
was driving down the road, like through the street, like the cast members all like move out of the way, and there's a car driving through that's completely mocked up, and I'm like, that's cool. So it was drove over to the meet and greet, just like you'd see a cast, like you'd see a character go walking through
because they live there.
You're set up, and you're like, oh, I just saw such and such, just briefly. Same kind of effect. So
exactly. And if you haven't been out to Disneyland to see Cars Land, it is mind-blowingly immersive. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was blown away the first time I went out there that the level of detail, I mean, it really is like walking right into the movie.
Yeah.
It's so, everything looks exactly like, I guess you'd call it Main Street, Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
And it's got the one traffic light that blinks.
Yep.
I mean, to the last detail, everything is there. And then you wait until the sun goes down, and then the neon lights come on, and the music plays, and then you cruise down Main Street. Yep. Oh, it's so great. It's fantastic. Okay, so put that on your bucket list if it's not. You gotta go to Disneyland and see Cars Land, because it is just awesome. So, okay, let's go back to Walt Disney World. Let's go back
let's get back on this side of the country.
Over at Magic Kingdom. So we do have some stuff coming up for Mickey and Minnie's birthday. We did fail to mention it's also Minnie's birthday today. She gets the second billing on the holiday, unfortunately. So they have a new surprise celebration coming to Magic Kingdom.
I saw that was going to be looked like it was going to be a parade.
Yeah, a new dance party. So you know how they have Move It, Shake It? They're redoing Move It, Shake It. So it's going to be Move It, Shake It, Mouska Dance It.
Okay.
So they're going to be in there, and there's going to be live singers performing, which is going to be cool. New songs, new moves, and all that kind of stuff. This is starting January 18th through September 30th. They're celebrating Mickey and Minnie's birthdays.
All right.
The Dapper Dans are going to have a new set with some of the classic songs from the Mickey Mouse Club in honor of Minnie and Mickey, and new, of course, Minnie and Mickey themed merchandise and food exclusive to the event. Of course.
Merchandise is fine. Food is more important.
Hey, I love specialty food. They have really outdone themselves the last few holidays. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
When we went for the Halloween party, that was our top priority. Where are the food things that we want to try? And then we filled in the rest of our itinerary around the food, because really that was the most important part of the night. That and the stage show. The stage show was fantastic. The Villain Spectacular show.
And speaking of stage shows and stuff, did you see that Disney Cruise Line is getting, they're going to celebrate Mickey's 90th next year?
Yes, that's right.
So
also next year coming.
The one thing that was interesting with it though is it is only going to be on the Disney Fantasy. So it's a daytime deck party, much like how the Pirates of the Caribbean deck party is at night. But it's a daytime one they're going to do, and it's only on the Fantasy. And the reason for that, I believe, is because the Fantasy is who does all of the long cruises through the Caribbeans.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so it's all
what you're saying is, if we want to party with Minnie and Mickey for their birthday, there's only a select few cruises that we can get on, so we need to figure out which ones so we can.
In the month of June and July, there was a grand total of 8 cruises you could jump on.
Wow.
It was all the 6 or 7. One of them was an 8-day cruise, stuff like that. So just depending on which one it lined out with. But it's only on the Fantasy. But still, you can go out and you can party and celebrate their birthday with them live. And I tell you, one of the cool things on the cruises was always the shows were so much more interactive. You got to get real close with the cast and the characters of everything with those. So really, one of those added benefits of the cruises is the experiences you got to have were super awesome.
Yeah, stuff that you can't have at the park. It's different. Yeah,
totally different feel.
Yeah. Also, next year, Disney Cruise Line, they're heading back out to Hawaii. Don't forget. They have some itineraries back out to Hawaii, and starting next year, they're porting out of New Orleans.
Oh, I didn't see the New Orleans announcement.
Yes.
I knew Hawaii, and I'd heard someone actually say that they think a couple of the itineraries to Hawaii were already completely filled.
That would not surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I would love to go to Hawaii on a Disney cruise. Would be fantastic.
That might be the only way I get Rita out there.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive.
Are you sure? Because the flight is 6 hours from California, but it's like a 10 or 11 day cruise. Just let her
she
know.
She will chime in on the bottom over here in a minute, telling me I'm sure that the cruise is the way to go. It was. She is not a fan of flying. We'll just leave it at that.
I understand that. So tell her she's just going to have to look forward to a super long cruise on the cruise ship, and she can just enjoy every square inch of that, everything they have available to offer there. Oh, yeah. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. We're skipping around a bunch of, so other new things coming next year. Adventures by Disney has announced new 2019 short escapes. So they have 2 and 3 and 4 night weekend escapes to Boston, London, and Vancouver. Brand new that you can book next year. And those are actually already available now for booking, so we can get you quotes for those right now if you're interested. Adventures by Disney is really spectacular if you're interested in more sightseeing type travel, because they have VIP access that us regular common folk don't get to have. It's the magic of the orange paddle is how they describe it.
And it seems to be that way. I was talking to a cast member that had worked with Adventures by Disney and was saying how, basically everything they go to, they get VIP experience. Skip the lines, walk up front, the best seats in the house. And the cool thing is, when I first saw Adventures by Disney, I immediately thought, that's what you do when you travel outside. If you're going to go out of the country, you're going to go to China, you're going to go to India, something like that. But the little short trips are a lot of them are here in the States. As y'all can all tell, I'm from the South, we're from Tennessee. There was a 3-night trip this past year for Nashville. I don't need to go to Nashville.
It has some good inclusions too, exactly. Like stopping at the Bluebird Cafe, and there's some good stuff on that itinerary.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I know all that stuff. Then I thought, but I'm local, so of course I know it. But those folks that are not, if you're coming from outside the area, if you're more than an afternoon drive to Nashville, you probably don't know a lot of the stuff to it. So it is amazing to have somebody that has the the customer service skills that Disney puts together, and they require of their cast.
And they're high standards too. You don't have to worry about staying in a cheap, weird motel. No. This is Disney quality accommodations everywhere you go.
That's the thing, is that it's a lot of fun. If you haven't done an adventure by Disney, it's definitely something to talk to one of us about. We can find some amazing itineraries for that. So.
Here in the States and abroad, they have both.
Exactly.
They got all of that. Okay. Speaking of traveling around the world, do you want to talk a little bit more about Epcot?
Well,
I know you do. I know you love
Epcot. I've got 3 more things with Epcot. Epcot's my land.
Epcot's your land. You are a person of the Epcot.
Yeah, there's food there. There's lots of food.
Yes, that's true. I think Epcot is my favorite place to eat, and that's saying a lot, because I really like to eat. I really like to eat. And eating at Epcot is better than eating in the other parks, in my opinion, just because there are so many choices.
Yeah.
Many things to do. Okay.
As a young kid, I lived in Germany. My dad's military. I'm an army brat. And I lived in Germany, so whenever I was back in the States, I would go to Epcot, and it gave me a chance to go to Germany. So that's why I fell in love with it all. And then also I'm like, ooh, I can go to those other countries too, and not have to leave the United States. This is great. So
that's true. Just a short walk, and
it was just a short walk around the corner. I don't understand the problem. People can get around the world in an afternoon. So,
okay. So we talked about the fireworks show,
yes,
right?
Yes, as announced before, and we talked about it on the show a couple of weeks to a month ago. Illumination
with a little bit of tears, Illuminations is
going away, but they gave us a little details of the 2 shows they're going to end up replacing. So your first show is going to be Epcot Forever. It comes out in the fall of 19, which is a little later. Originally, Illuminations were going to go away. They said Illuminations are going away in the summer, so we all assumed it was coming out. So it might be one of those. The last day of summer might be the last day of Illuminations. First day of fall is Epcot Forever, and Epcot Forever is going to contain classic Epcot tunes.
I love it.
And then it's going to be a celebration of Epcot as a park itself. And I know that Rita always speaks really fondly of like Horizons and all the rides that were here before that have kind of gone on, because we've updated and whatnot from there. It's going to be a celebration, and I hope to see, and obviously we'll hear some of the music from those old rides for that part.
I hope so. I'm so excited.
But it's only going to be here, though, for less than a year.
Right.
You've got fall, spring, and then sometime in summer of 2020, the new permanent one is going to be coming out. They don't have a name yet for it, but they did give us some details as to what it's going to be about. And it's going to be how Disney music can inspire us. And I tell you, it's Disney music is, like we were talking about like Lion King before, which was just amazing. Just the music has always been, or has been at least for the last 30 years, has been outstanding music and really an inspiring bit with it. So I would
say before 30 years too, though, because I'm big fans of the Sherman Brothers. They wrote and soundtracked some of my favorite movies, including Mary Poppins. They did.
That's true. I'm not going to.
So Disney has a couple of golden eras of music, in my opinion.
It does seem like that they really decided to start doing the show tunes. It seemed like with their animation later on with it and stuff. So that's going to be your 2 things over there with the fireworks, and then the other thing, of course, they gave the name to Ratatouille, which wasn't a big, like, surprising name. It was like, I didn't even write it down. It was like Ratatouille something. And now I'm going to actually go look it up, because I wasn't going to talk about it. Now I am.
That's okay. While you're looking it up, I want to say that 2 favorite festivals are back, and they released the dates for those 2.
Okay.
So Epcot International Festival of the Arts is coming back. This is a pretty new festival. I believe it'll be only the 3rd year for it.
Okay.
So the dates for that are January 18th to February 25th, 2019. And the Festival of Arts is really cool because it includes the Disney on Broadway concert series. So, the Broadway musicals that are done by Disney, of course, are top-notch and phenomenal. Best talent, fantastic. previous years, they've only done the concert series on the weekends. This year, they're extending the concert series to 7 days a week. So no matter when you visit the festival, you'll get to see the Disney on Broadway show, which is a big plus in my opinion. And then the dates for the International Flower and Garden Festival also were announced. March 6th to June 3rd. So that's also been extended all the way to June 3rd.
Wow.
On Flower and Garden, yeah. And they expanded the Garden Rocks concert series. That's going to every day too. Same thing. It was only on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now they're going to expand it to 7 days a week. And you know they have some pretty good talent come for the Garden Rocks.
Continues to be impressive. I know, like, during Food and Wine Festival, it always seemed to be kind of that one-hit wonder feel to it and stuff like that. Maybe they had like one or two really good songs. But they've really been stepping it up a lot lately. There's more and more bands. I'm like, oh, I know, like 6 of these songs. So
yeah, and it's included with your admission. So instead of having to pay extra to go to a concert, you can go, you can enjoy the festival, you can enjoy Epcot, and you get a concert.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really great. Yeah, it's really fantastic. So I'm looking forward to that. So, Ratatouille, what's the name?
So the Ratatouille name is Remy's Ratatouillean Adventure. Ratatouille.
God bless you.
Yes. I am not the person to turn around and give you spellings of names. It's all my
I don't know much about the pronunciation, but I do know it is one of the most popular rides at the parks overseas. So a lot of people are excited to see it come stateside so we can get on it.
I think they've done a really good job of bringing over because they're bringing over Ratatouille and then they're bringing over Tron. And those are two of the 3 biggest ones. The only other one I can think of is, and I'm going to draw a blank on it because it's over in Shanghai. There's a ride through over there that I really want to go ride. And that's obviously going to be somewhere in the far out future. So,
that's okay. Whenever you go, just report back. We want to hear all the details of everything.
You better believe I will be. With or without my wife. I haven't, depending on her.
Rita is the brains of this operation.
Well, she's the knowledge of the operation here. I'm just I'm the crazy person of the operation.
See, I feel like you are both equally as dirty. When you first met, did you not bond over your Dis nerdiness?
Actually, no. So
really,
I am a young Dis nerd. I'm a very young Dis nerd. I am more of just a classic nerd from the comic era and Star Wars and things like that. And after we got engaged, Rita graduated college, and I celebrated my first year of being in business. So we went to Disney, and I was bitten quickly. So that was 2012. So
wow.
I'm a very young Disney nerd. In fact, I have pictures of me back in the 80s going with my family twice, and I can't tell you a thing about that trip other than the pictures. I remember my high school trip, and I went with my band. I remember that. I guess I was finally old enough and stuff. But then after high school, I didn't go again until I met Rita. In fact, I told our oldest daughter, we were going to go, and I guess she was probably about 8 or 9 at the time. I was like, I said, yeah, I've not been to Disney since I was in high school. And she looked at me as an 8-year-old will say, and she went, what's wrong with you? I've been 8 times. And I went, oh, this is the kind of family I'm marrying into. Awesome. So, but I have embraced it fully and absolutely loved it all the way through. So, would not pass up this ever again, so. Mystic Manor. It's over in Hong Kong. That's the other one I want to ride.
Okay.
Mystic Manor. If you ever get a chance to watch a video on it from Hong Kong, it looks outstanding. Just the whole ride for it and everything looks to be a phenomenal, a very immersive ride. So, kind of fun would have originally. It's kind of like an updated version of maybe a Haunted Mansion feel to it, but not the haunted part of it. So kind of
not the classic Haunted Mansion that we're thinking of.
No, something totally different. More of like a
more of like a mystical feel to it, like maybe a bayou kind of feel of a mystical manner from it, things like that.
Okay.
So it was cool. I remember I've watched a couple of videos, a couple of ride-throughs on it, going, yeah, I need to go overseas for that part. So
okay,
let's come back to this side of the world. We have traveled the world a couple of times now.
Yes.
And the other thing that I saw over in Epcot is the announcement of the new Beauty and the Beast sing-along, which is going to be going on in the France Pavilion, but it will not be replacing Impressions of France, which is something I was very glad about. While granted, if you haven't seen the Impressions de France lately, it is very well dated. The cars and the clothing will let you know the fact that it was filmed in the early 80s.
Yes.
But I love the scenery and the music and just the feel of it. I would like to see them update it. Maybe give me some new video that people aren't we're not wearing clothes from the late 70s and early 80s. I guess is the best way to say it. But I'm glad that they're not doing away with it for this new Beauty and the Beast sing-along.
So does the sing-along take place outside in the courtyard, or is it still going to be in the same building? Maybe we don't know that yet.
All it has listed on there now says, there's also a new show coming to the France Pavilion, a Beauty and the Beast sing-along created by Don Hanna, who produced both the animated and live-action films.
Oh, beautiful.
Run concurrently with the current Impressions of France.
It will run concurrently. Okay, so maybe it'll be like a show and then the movie and then a show and then a movie.
That's what I was thinking, is that maybe turn around and do a refurb in there so you can do both of them. So I don't know. Rita just chimed in saying she hopes it's a lot like the Frozen sing-along. Because the Frozen
I hope so. The Frozen sing-along was an absolute surprise and delight for me.
Oh, it is. I remember the first time that we went to it. So one of the other ones, they did announce that O Canada will be getting a new film in it.
Oh boy!
So, but that's all it says.
Smart and short.
Yeah, we'll see if he's
not a fan.
We'll see. Well, I kind of hope he comes back with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I hope they get him back for the new iteration of it.
Exactly. So.
Okay, you got more Disney World news? Because we haven't covered Disneyland news yet.
Well, the only other
there's so much.
Disney World news that I had, the only other bit I had on there was the new Disney Lakeside Lodge called Reflections.
Yeah. Do you know where it's going?
That's going to go in there that the old River Country was at. That's what it looks like.
Right. That's right. They're finally going to repurpose that area, which I was intrigued to see. There's a lot of myth and urban legend around that area of the park.
Yeah, there is. There really is. So, but they're saying that this resort is going to have more than 900 rooms.
Yes.
That is a large. It actually has 900 hotel rooms and Disney Vacation Club villas.
Yes.
That's going to be a large area.
I wonder how tall it's going to be and if it will be visible in the skyline. The way Bay Lake Tower is. Yeah. I wonder how high up they will be going for that. It'll be interesting. Because, that lakefront view across the front of Wilderness Lodge is quite lovely. So I'm not sure.
It is.
If they're going to. Well, maybe it'll be far enough over, won't.
I think it's far enough over because you're.
It's a little bit, it's a little bit farther that way once you're looking out over the water. I know for sure a lot of people would be happy to have some more hotel rooms. Variety of choices.
That seems to be the thing, is that like 10 years ago, getting a room was not all that difficult.
Right.
I mean, you may have not got the one place you're looking for, but it wasn't all that difficult to at least be able to get a room. But I've had once or twice now that, folks have not been able to. I'm like, I can't get anything in a value or a moderate for you. I looked one time up, and I think it was a glitch more than anything else. There's one day I looked on something, and the only rooms available or concierge level, club level rooms. I'm like, no, I can't afford that, and neither can anyone else. So,
well, maybe this will help alleviate some of that. Although, I mean, it's not, that one's not opening 2019. That's
that one's not opening
to open a little bit later, but they're going to start construction on it if they haven't already.
Yeah.
For the,
yeah, I mean, you've got both. You got the Riviera Resort, and I don't remember what they're calling the one over at Coronado right now. But you have both of those adding in all those rooms, which is over 1,000 more rooms added to the property. So there's a ton of stuff. So
along with a ton of rooms, though, there's also a ton of new stuff coming. So I would highly, highly urge people who are thinking about going next year, look at your calendar, talk to your family, get your dates in early, get your deposit down on your room. Because if you wait 6-8 months, you might not be able to find exactly what you're looking for. Next year's going to be very, very busy at Walt Disney World throughout the whole year. So we want to make sure that you get your time in on the books. There's
5 or 6 new rides that are coming out along with a Galaxy's Edge that people are clamoring to get there for. So this is not 2019 is not a last minute booking idea. This is you need to be doing it on the front side of everything right now.
Well, the smart people will be doing it on the front. How about that? Last minute can always be accommodated. You might just not end up with everything that you want, whether it's the hotel room you want, whether it's the dining reservations you want, the fast passes that you want, so you don't have to wait in those long lines. So planning ahead has its benefits, you know? Everybody okay?
Yeah, that's.
Does she still have the finger?
The finger's still attached. We now have a watch on her too. Not on the wrist, not on the finger. So, and then we've got a couple things over in. I've only got 1 or 2 things over in.
Just a couple things over in Land. Yeah, Disneyland got most of their new stuff this year with the expansion of Pixar Pier. There's going to be a few things opening up next year once they finish the refurbishment of those couple of rides. We have some space and time before the Marvel stuff opens, so that's not going to be 2019 over there.
So the one thing dealing with Marvel in 2019, though, does have is Captain Marvel for the movie in March 2019. She will be joining the gang over there in
for the meet and greet
adventures.
Yeah.
So you've got
so that's cool. Minnie and Mickey are also going to be having their birthday party over at Disneyland.
Yep.
Their celebration over there is going to be called Get Your Ears On. They have a new fireworks show, Mickey's Mixed Magic, starting January 18th.
Yep.
So that'll be kind of cool. So they got new fireworks. They're going to have the Mickey Sound Stational Parade is going to make its triumphant return, along with a new float for Mickey himself. So yeah, a couple new things coming out. You know, Paint the Night is back over there too. They brought Paint the Night back after last year they did. So if you haven't been out to see it, you gotta go see it. So all this talk about 2019 makes me think about getting ready to book 2019.
Well,
or 2 or 3 or 4 trips in 2019, depending on how long we need to see everything.
Well, you know, and there's some of it of, you know, catching some of those rides beforehand, that and I don't think anything's going away right now, but just being able to come over and catch things like
Illuminations.
Yeah, like Illuminations.
Or it changes over.
Goes away. I don't think anything's been announced is going to affect anything else right now. But you just never know. You know, if you have that ride that you're like, I wouldn't mind turning around and going over and riding it. Well, we'll go this route with it is, if you're a fan of the Speedway over in Tomorrowland,
yeah,
it's going to go down for some time because of Tron. You know, so, and it will come back. It's going to be a little bit different path with it. They're going to have to modify a little bit, not a lot, but it's more because they're going to be doing construction on the crossway over there. The railroads are going to be down for a while also. I think after Christmas, the railroad will be down for a while as they're working on putting that pathway over there to get to the new Tron area, because Tron is on the outside of the loop, which
That is crazy to me. Nothing was ever outside the loop with it. Now all of a sudden we have stuff outside the loop. So
Bigger.
Yeah. Well, I guess technically, Pirates of the Caribbean is outside the loop.
Well, yes, and Haunted Mansion technically is a little bit beyond the outside of the loop.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
Yeah, you don't realize it whenever you go on Pirates of the Caribbean. You're like, oh, I'm going into this, and that drop when you go dropping around, you're going under the railroad at that point. So,
yeah.
So I've got two other things on my little list.
Ready.
We're probably running low on time now.
We are, and we still have a couple promotions to cover. So let's do the end of your list, and then let's talk about the saving the money part.
Yes. So mine will be coming from the comic world, and obviously Disney owning Marvel. If those people had missed out on it, Stan Lee passed away this week. He was 95. His wife passed away last year. It's better for him to be off back with his wife again. But there's a lot of really sad folks. I had people coming into the store asking if I had statues of Stan. I'm like, oh, I don't have a statue of him. So there were a couple stores that had like memorials going on for him and stuff. So that was a big deal going on with it. And one of the other cool things, my girls are down right now, and I'm not going to. Hold on. Here we go. They're down there for Dapper Days. There we go. I want to actually clip it back on there. If my girls were here right now, I'm sure they would look a whole lot better than I do with it. Obviously,
I don't know, you look pretty snazzy. That is Dapper for sure.
With it as I can. So, but Dapper Days is a fun weekend that happens every spring and fall. It's actually going on this weekend. It happens the last weekend of April, and it happens about the second or third weekend of November each year. It looks like, and people get together, they dress up, they have fun, and that's what vacation is supposed to be. It's all about having some fun. So that was my last two little things on there.
Okay.
What you got on there? Because I know we got promotions to talk about.
We do have promotions to talk about. So upcoming this Saturday is Small Business Saturday, November 24th. And I know you mentioned it at the top of the show, but Middle of the Magic Travel, we are a small business. We're a very small for the industry agency. There's only 30 of us, and each agent is their own independent small business in their own small town or community or city. And we all support each other like one big family. So when you book your travel with us, you are supporting small business, helping people support their families and putting that money back into your community. So that being said, we have a lot going on for Small Business Saturday. A couple different categories of stuff happening. So if you would like, very nice, perfect, got it.
Oh.
That's Dapper if I've ever seen Dapper.
Yep.
That or Rock and Roller Coaster. She's sort of in between the two right now. Okay, so there are still rooms available for December travel, both at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and there are some excellent last-minute deals on Disney Cruise Line. So if you are interested in rounding out your holiday celebration, making a stop, enjoying all the Christmas festivities, we are offering a deal where you can get either a $25 Disney gift card or a $25 additional onboard credit for your Disney cruise for travel this December. And there's restrictions on that one, so make sure you ask your favorite Middle of the Magic travel planner for travel in 2019 and beyond. Yeah.
And whenever you're saying additional on the cruise lines,
additional, yeah.
We already, as an agency, give you onboard credits just for booking. So.
That's right. Additional on top of. So, for travel in 2019 and beyond. So all the cool stuff we've been talking about this hour, if you want to go make some reservations to do that, if you book a package for Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or even Universal Studios, we didn't talk about Universal Orlando, Middle of the Magic Travel will send you a free wrapped gift to put underneath your Christmas tree because, you know, when you give the gift of Disney, there's not a physical package to open, so we'll take care of that for you. So we'll send you something to put under your tree, along with a reveal letter from some of your favorite characters to let the cat out of the bag and give away your big surprise. There's restrictions on that, but the main thing is you have to contact us on Small Business Saturday. Make contact with your favorite travel planner this Saturday, the 24th, and then book your deposit by the end of the month, by November 30th. So you don't have to book. You can get all your details, get your quote, work out all the things that you want to. But you must contact us on Small Business Saturday to get the gift for under the tree. And for the mom in your life, maybe you are married to a mom, maybe you know a mom, maybe you are a mom.
Maybe
Mom's Day in the park.
Maybe you want to be a mom one day.
Maybe you want to be a mom one day. Maybe you don't want to be a mom one day and you're just a lovely lady and you want to join us. Having children is not a requirement for this event. In fact, not bringing children with you is a requirement for this event. So if this is the first you're hearing of it, not sure why, but we're having Mom's Day in the Parks 2019. It's February 28th to March 3rd. It's a long girls weekend at Walt Disney World. And we've got discounted hotel rooms, discounted theme park tickets, and tons of super fun stuff. Themed cocktail parties. We've got scavenger hunts in the parks. Everyone's going to be bringing their girlfriends and hanging out. A lot of the Middle of the Magic Travel agents are going to be there, so you can come hang out with us, have a good time. We are really quite silly and Diz-nerdy. Rita's going to be there with her Diz-nerdiness, providing us with some cool trivia. So if you're interested in joining us for that, there's a Small Business Saturday promotion for that as well. If you contact one of us to help you book on Small Business Saturday and you place your deposit by the end of the month, we're waiving the pixie dust fee. That's a $30 value off the cost of booking your trip. So you'll get all your cocktail parties and all the goodies that we're including. That's all going to be for free if you do that. And then on Small Business Saturday itself on the 24th, inside of Middle of the Magic Travel's Facebook group, information and news from Mickey's Backyard, we're going to be playing games throughout the day. Hourly games, we've got cool Disney prizes we're going to be giving away, so pop into the group, play along, you might win something fun. And at the end of the day, we're going to give away a $100 travel gift certificate to the person who plays along with us the most. So the person with the most likes and comments and comes in and participates the most, they're going to get $100 off their next vacation, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And that winner is going to be announced at 5 p.m. Right here on your show, actually.
Oh,
did you know that?
I didn't know that. Because I'm probably working at that point. Because, after this Thursday, I think I work until Christmas.
That is correct, yes.
That's retail at
Thursday,
Christmas.
and then Black Friday, and then this Small Business Saturday, and you just hit all those categories.
Oh, and I get to play Cyber Monday also.
Nice.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, because a third of our business is online too. So I get to play with all of it and then recover for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, extra coffee for you then.
Yeah, but I don't do coffee.
What?
I
don't understand people who drink coffee or don't drink coffee.
Well, I love the taste of coffee. I don't like hot drinks.
Okay.
I'm a Boy Scout that would get my hot chocolate and sit off to the side and let it cool off. And then I would drink liquid chocolate. I thought that was a lot better than hot chocolate. So,
to each their own. Yeah. No judgment here. To each their own.
Just think, if I actually had coffee in me regularly, how much crazier I would be.
I think that would be a lot of fun. I would enjoy seeing that. I think we should do an experiment one time. Perhaps for Small Business Saturday. Drink some coffee and then come on at 5 o'clock, announce the big winner for us, and show us what Henry looks like with coffee.
Oh. We'll see about that. I don't know.
And then there's one final promotion that's not really a promotion. It's more of a way for us to give back. All vacation packages that are booked between November 24th and November 30th, Middle of the Magic Travel is donating a toy to Toys for Tots for each package that gets booked. And I personally, everyone who books with me, I'm going to match that. So there'll be 2 toys for every vacation package that gets booked between the 24th and 30th. No requirements or restrictions, just book your vacation like you were going to, and we'll share a little magic for some kids who could really use some.
Yep.
And that's it. That's as much 2019 as I can handle right now.
And the thing is there's probably there's easily 8 or 9 blogs worth of information in there, to dive into a lot of it. So by all means, everybody follow all of our blogs and talk to listen to us every Sunday. Follow us when we come over here. And if you have a question, like we didn't answer something, or you're like, I want to know more information about whatever, all right? Just shoot us a message.
Whatever we touched on, yeah. I guarantee we actually know more than this. We were just trying to keep it to an hour. So whatever sounded good to you.
We did pretty good, I think. We're right now at 1 hour and 13 seconds. So I think we did not bad. There's much stuff coming out of this one. It's like every year, whenever D23 or Destination D happens, there's so much
packed
to cover.
with information. Yes, definitely. And there's a lot of stuff we still don't know. So that's another thing to watch our show every week to find out what news has broken.
New news.
So we can keep up to date with all our favorite rides, shows, what's closing, what's opening. Star Wars Hotel, everything.
I am looking forward to that one. I will be booking that one probably pretty early on. And that might be one of those that I just go stay at the hotel. And then from everything I'm understanding that I've seen so far and I've heard, is that it'll be a fully immersive. If you're there for multiple nights, you actually can be a character in the story at that time. So I may go
You're
to the
going to be assigned missions.
Yep.
You will have a costume. And what happens in the hotel is part of your story in the Star Wars universe. So it's not just going back to take a shower and go to sleep. There's going to be stuff going on.
So I can go over and stay at the resort, go to Galaxy's Edge, go back to the resort, go to Galaxy's Edge. That's all I need to do.
Ride the Millennium Falcon 200 times to see the all the different possible.
Then I got to convince the other 3 people in my party to actually push the right buttons when I want them to push it. So
every time.
Yeah. Oh, it would be good. So, all right, guys. Well, I believe that wraps us up for everything tonight. I've already had a good night from Rita. She's got to go get some sleep because she's going over to explore Universal tomorrow to bring us back some fun news over there.
Fun, yeah.
So, always good stuff. Appreciate Sarah. Thanks for coming on. It would have been extremely boring for everybody to listen to just me.
Not with coffee.
Not with coffee. Rita has already said no, I don't need coffee. I was one of her comments in there, like, no. So, I don't know. I may try it just to see what all happens.
I'd like to see it. I vote for Small Business Saturday Coffee, Henry.
There we are. So, all right. Well, guys, we will see you all next week at 9.
On Saturday. Saturday.
That's right. You will see us Saturday at 5 p.m. Walt Disney World time as we announce the winner for that. That would be Rita doing that because I will be at Epicos working at that time, I am sure.
Fun. And
then we'll be back that Sunday night for more fun and updates and maybe diving into a few of these a little more detailed as opposed to just going all the highlights of stuff. So.
And got to hear about Rita's trip to Universal.
Oh, yeah. She's got all sorts to bring to us. Because she was down doing some exploring and researching and stuff like that. Minnie was doing some Dapper Days. Her and her aunt, they're both down there doing some stuff. So they're all having fun down there and learning and researching. So
I want to hear all about it.
It's going to be fun.
Cool. All right. So see you next week. Have a fun week.
See y'all, everybody.
Bye.